Okay, we are live. Welcome, everyone. We are so excited to have you on today as we talk about a highly desired location to visit as travelers. And we are joined here this week when we talk about Italy with one of my favorite suppliers, Meet and Greet Italy. I'm actually working with them right now on a project that you will hear more about towards the end. But before we do that, we wanted to just pick their brain a little bit and learn more about why people want to go there so badly. And some of you joining might have already visited, so we're going to talk about other things around that as well. But first, I'd like to just start off by introducing Edmondo and Valentina. Edmondo is the CEO, president of Meet and Greet Italy. Valentina is the marketing director, and they have both graciously agreed to join us today so that we get a chance to hear more about Italy, and we get to hear it with their great accents, which is just a bonus for us, right? So welcome, both of you. Thank you so much for being on.
Buongiorno a tutti, buongiorno from Rome. Okay, it's really a pleasure to be here with you.
And from Genova, hello, Valentina. I'm Edmondo's sister, by the way.
Yes, we are brother and sister, by the way. Okay?
Great. Hopefully you guys work well together as brother and sister. I'm assuming so if you do.
Yes.
We do.
Yes. We do, and we have a long history in travel business because our mother, she was a travel agent. Our father was a tour operator. So basically, so we grew up in this environment, in ecosystem.
Okay, well, that's why you're so good at what you do. So that's wonderful. So, I'd love to just ask you some questions so that we can get just a better understanding of your experience, your perspective of travel in Italy. We know that Italy is one of the places that tops our wish list every year. As travel advisors, we're always hearing Italy is a huge bucket list, right? So from your perspective, what is it about Italy that keeps people wanting to come back or wanting to go there in the first place?
Well, nice question. What I can tell you that being humble, I would say that Italy is unique. Okay, so there is always something new to discover. This is the truth: art, food, nature, history. So every trip feels different. This is the point. Okay, and that's why people keep coming back. Because in this little country, okay, we can really offer any kind of experience, and these, really make Italy unique as a destination. Also, let me say that, in my opinion, Italy has a great value too. Okay, so even if it's a little bit less, a little more expensive than it used to be, okay, is still a very, very, very value for money destination. So really, you can in Italy you can experience what is impossible to experience anywhere else in the world. And I say, as an Italian, I'm a proud Italian. We say that we do product with our travel advisor like you, made in Italy by Italians. We are proud of that, but this is the real truth. Okay, it's like this. We are very lucky living here, and the fact that we can turn our country, okay, in a product to sell is a great for us, and we are telling with a sense of responsibility because we want you to experience the real Italy in the right way.
Yeah, and I think that's one of my goals in the show today is to help them to see the things in the movies and on social media, and I'd love to hear from your perspective what might surprise them when they visit if they're basing their experience on what they see in the movies or social media.
Yes, the biggest surprise is that it's all true. Okay, so beyond a few cliches, Italy really is as beautiful and welcoming as it looks. So the food, the people, the views, everything lives up to the dream. It's like this. So there's no artificial intelligence. There's no fake. We are like this. Okay. And when you come to Italy, you can breathe the spirit. You can breathe our way of living. That, by the way, okay, we work only. We work, we work a lot. Okay. But we have approach to life that is a little bit different, and this is probably because we grew up in this fantastic environment. So it's really nice that your customer come and feel this. Okay, to be Italian for when they're here. They have to get in the atmosphere. They have to live Italy as Italian as much as they can.
That's great. I mean, I think that so many people, when they're thinking about Italy, there's so many places they want to visit. There's not just this one little place. So I'm curious from your standpoint, if they're looking at they just can't get there as long as they'd like to go, what is just an unmissable location in Italy that you feel like they need to visit?
Well, it's a very, very difficult answer. Okay, so the real truth is that you cannot come to Italy only once in your lifetime. Okay, because otherwise you miss a lot of things. So, but the first time you come, for sure, you need to experience the classic Italy: Venice, Florence, Rome. Okay, so you have to do it once in your life. My message is that you can do it this classic Italy in a very unordinary way, or basically, okay, when you are in Rome, you want to see the Colosseum and the Vatican, but there are many other things to do. So the secret is always, even if you are visiting classic location, very common location, is to look for something of the beaten track, something unique. Okay, so it's not a matter of I think it's a matter of approach. We have curiosity. If you are in Venice and you are in San Marco Square and there are a lot of people, you just walk in a alley that is not is 200 meters away, and you will not find anybody, and you will feel the real Venetian spirit and atmosphere. So we saying before, Melissa, in Italy it doesn't exist. Okay, the overtourism. It does exist. People that all do the same thing. Okay, so you come to Rome, first time, Vatican and Colosseum are a must, but then you can visit other churches, you can see a local market in order to experience the classic Italy in a very, very new way, okay, on an orderly way. Having said that, as I said, you can come every 6 months, every month, every year, and you can experience any kind of really type of emotion here.
Yeah, and I think you're so right. I've never talked to anyone that has visited that doesn't want to go back. They just have always had an amazing experience, and there's just so much to do and see. I know one of the things that is always really big on just the list of things that they love about Italy is the food. Obviously, that's one of the things that I think makes people excited to try it to begin with. Also, just the art, the history of Italy in general is just a beautiful landscape to to visit. Um, but I'm curious if there's just because again they know those things about Italy. What is maybe an unforgettable experience that every traveler should consider when visiting?
Well, it's a very honestly, it's a very it's a question, in my opinion, impossible to answer. I tell you why. Okay, so apart Rome, Florence, Venice, every little village, even near Rome, Florence, Venice, has its own secrets. Okay, its own beauty. So beauty is so spread around that it's very difficult to make a priority, a list of priority. What I like to tell you, instead of telling you a specific experience to do that because it's difficult is to try to think about Italy not only as the destination, the country of art, culture, and food, okay, because Italy has a lot more to offer. For example, okay, we have island and beaches that are better than the Caribbean. I know that Italy is not considered a beach destination, but it is. Okay, so we have
Mhm.
Sardinia. Okay, with direct flight from New York this year. That is crazy. I mean, it's bad. It's as beautiful as the Bahamas in terms of and the beaches. Okay, not only that, we have fantastic mountains. There's been just finished the Olympic Games in Milan, and we share the same mountains of Switzerland. Okay, and Austria and France. Okay, so you can even come to Italy and experience hiking in up on this mountain. It's not only Tuscany and so on. So whatever you like to experience, Italy as an answer for that. It's not only culture, food. Food is everywhere. Okay, so it's not a problem. So I guess this, but for the rest, okay, any kind of experience is doable. You can live it in Italy. Okay, for sure. And it's not difficult to find something unique off the beaten track. Okay, you just simply get in one Italian village, Italian city. You get lost in the city center, and you see a church. You get in a church, and maybe you find a Michelangelo statue, something like that. And this is what I do with my wife every morning. Okay, we every Saturday morning we go and visit a church in Rome, and it's crazy. We also, as Italians, we are always quite amazed about the beauty that is spread around this all around. Okay, so it's not Italy. Okay, Italy offer you the possibility to get lost. Okay, in our country, and if you get lost, okay, for sure you will find something amazing that you don't expect. Could be a view, could be a church, could be a palace, could be a small museum, or a fantastic restaurant. But this is not. Hmm?
So you mentioned that everyone needs to do the classic Italy. And you've also mentioned there's so many things off the beaten path. So if in your ideal, trip, if they were able to go and actually do it for a couple of weeks, would you, even if it was their first trip, would you suggest more of a combination like that, where there is some of the off the beaten path and also classic Italy?
Yes, absolutely. We work a lot on a programs that we call Little Big Italy. So because, for example, you can move between Milan, Venice, Florence, Rome using bullet train, high-speed train. And then you set in each of these destinations, each city, and you discover Florence, Rome, and so on. And then you can take, for example, this local train, because in Italy the railway network is very, very, very efficient, very spread around. And maybe you can make day visit using a local train, because in Rome you can go to Umbria, you can go to experience the beachside. In Florence, you can go even to Ravenna, to the country. So basically, you don't have necessarily to rent a car. Okay, you can even use the train, the railway system. Okay, combining major Italian classic city that are all connected with high speed train with minor Italian destination, little villages that you can easily reach by local trains in 15 minutes, spend a day, enjoy Italian way of living in these smaller villages, and that's it. Okay, so it's always a matter of mixing. Okay, the Vaticano, the gondola with something else. Even in Venice, okay, you know, in the Venice Lagoon, everybody stays in Venice and they go to Murano, Burano, Torcello. Okay, but if you take the ferry, and there are many little islands still with the Venetian people, that fishermen people, where you can experience the real, authentic Venice lagoon spirit. Okay, so and they are all there, just need to be discovered. Okay, that's it. So it's very, very, very easy.
Well, I know you're getting me excited about visiting Italy. I'm sure everybody else is too.
No,
Uh,
but this is
I appreciate all of that. That's really, really helpful. And I think that hopefully people have a better idea of, yes, of course, we hear about classic Italy and we hear about the food and even the, the churches and things like that. But I do think a lot of people forget about the beaches, like you mentioned, or don't even ever think of that. And then if you see it, it's just stunning. So I think that's wonderful. We do a lot of work with destination weddings and honeymoons personally. And it's always, again, a place that people want to get to, but they don't quite realize what they could get when they go there for like their honeymoon or a wedding.
yes, and it's Italy is not only, believe me, it's not only Sorrento, Amalfi, fantastic destination. It's something is much more. Okay, you can arrange a fantastic wedding in Punta Ala, in Sardinia. Okay, so try to see Italy in a much wider way. Again, it's not only Sorrento. You can go to Puglia, to Basilicata, and now the quality of the hotel is much higher than it used to be. So in terms of quality, okay, we are really very, very, very good. So all over Italy is met only to deal with someone that knows the destination like us. We are Italian, and we know Italy better than who is not Italian. So, but again, I see a lot of people, okay, insisting on Sorrento, Amalfi, Positano, Capri. Fantastic, fantastic. But if you get married on Ischia or in Procida, that are two islands near Capri, okay, it's beautiful as much. Okay, so in Sardinia is 40 minutes by flight from Rome. So you don't have, so it's a perfect combination of art and a beach extension. Okay, and once you are in Sardinia, okay, you are not. There is not only a beach. Okay, there is a culture, art, food, the incredible Sardinian food. That turn also a beach destination into also an art and culture destination. So think out of the box. And don't rely too much on artificial intelligence, because artificial intelligence will offer you nowadays, probably in the future, maybe not. Okay, only very basic things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think that's what people, and what I like to make sure I want to point out is the reason I have suppliers on the show is, I have the ability to work with people that are truly the experts in all the different pockets. And being able to work with someone like Meet and Greet Italy gives me the opportunity to just provide the very best experience for our clients, because you do have that intel that, because being there, that not everybody would have. And yes, I can search online just like everybody else can, but we have the opportunity to actually have real conversations with you and find something that's going to be truly memorable and the right fit for the people that we're working with. And that's an amazing opportunity. So I think I'd love to just move into a little bit more about what we've been working on. Before I do, I'm going to put up I have a QR code here in this top corner. And the reason I'm sharing this is if you guys are not in our luxury Facebook group, for those that are viewing right now, be sure that you scan that and follow that group, because when we do launch this project I've been working on, I'm going to launch it in there. So I want to make sure you guys see it. But I wanted to just let you know, I've been working with Meet and Greet Italy on a few itineraries. We're very excited. One is very close to being launched here very soon. And I want to get your perspective on what we've put together here for our audience and for our clients. I mean, what do you think when you look at the itinerary we've been working on? What are your thoughts?
I like it because it's the right mix, okay, of classic visit with off the beaten track visit. I mean, for example, Lake of Garda is not known in American market, while it's very, very, very popular in the German market. Okay, it's even called the Garda Sea. Okay, because a lot of Germans come. Okay, to to come to it. So it's good. Valpolicella. Okay, so this wine region. Okay, that is as beautiful as Chianti. So this is again the right mix between classic destination and or classic visit and something not ordinary. And so I like it very much. I like it very much.
Well, that's great. Thank you. I thank you for the feedback. We've been very, very excited about it. And I think that, I mean, we have a lot of interest already in just the itinerary I've shared out there, just to get an idea if this was something people wanted to do. And so I think it's been a great experience. I'm very excited to launch it. I did want to let people know that it will be a limited group size that we can do for this, because we want it to just truly be an amazing experience, and we don't want people to feel like, overwhelmed. So it will be a limited group. So if you're also interested in joining, I do have a short list that if you want to scan this QR code, when I have everything finalized, I will send it directly to you so that you get access to the full itinerary and just see it. And this is not a commitment. This is just if you want more information. I'm happy to send it to you as soon as I have it available, because we'd love to get people involved that are really, really interested in it. But because it is a limited group, this is the first one we're sharing is going to be early October, late September, early October of this year. So if you just know that you're out for those dates, then don't worry about submitting it. We will be doing another one in the spring as well of 2027. So just know that you have that option as well. Before we conclude today, do you guys have any final thoughts or anything that you just really think that someone needs to know about visiting Italy? I know you've covered a whole lot, but
Well, my suggestion is, when you jump on the plane to come to Italy, forget everything, forget your life, and come with the right spirit. Obviously, it's important that you work with a travel advisor like Melissa, who are very experienced, and this for sure will make the holiday perfect, because at the end you need to regenerate and find new energy. Italy can give you a lot of new energy. So come with the right spirit, come to enjoy, embrace our way of living. And that's it. So the rest will not be Edmondo, Valentina, will be Italy who will make the difference. For example, Valentina, my sister, she's living in Genova. Okay, Genova is not considered a popular, a famous destination, but by the way, Colombo, left, discover, okay, the America, okay, starting from Genova, okay, there is the Colombo House. So Genova is very well connected, is Milan, and everybody goes to Portofino, but Genoa is the most beautiful and biggest historical city center in Europe, and is still very authentic city. So come to Italy with the right right approach, and just enjoy it. Okay, follow the mood. Follow the mood. That's it.
I do have one final question that I think that that does come up, or this is just a thought people have about Italy, and possibly because of the movies and social media. But would you say Italy is only appropriate as a romantic destination for couples, or is it also a good family
Oh
location?
no! Come on, come on! It's for not only romantic, but for family, for young people. We do, for example, a lot of multi-generational travel. Okay,
Mhm.
so these are very, very common. So Italy can, okay, make the adults very happy, but there are fantastic pub, disco, nightlife in the city for the younger one. Okay, you can mix Rome with Sardinia for a beach holiday. So come on, so it's your image is romantic, but we have something for everybody. Okay, something for everybody, and we see with our multi-generational travel. Okay, so obviously that usually the nanny wants to see the museum. Okay, and then a nice dinner together and something else. We have fantastic tools for family also, where there is the gladiator schools at the end. Okay, you cannot bring children too young in the museum. They get bored, so they get bother. Okay, so we have gladiator school, golf car tour, cooking class for families. So again, okay, we have the right product for all the customer segment. Not a problem.
Also for the sporty people, they can hike, they can bike, they can ski. So
Have you ever experienced a 3 days bike in Tuscany or hiking in Sorrento or hiking in Dolomites? Okay, so it's whatever. We have everything here, everything. In the Lake of Garda, you will see.
Yeah, I thank you for speaking to that, because that is a common misconception, and I just wanted to, have the viewers hear that from our experts online today. So
Yes,
thank you
sure.
guys so much. We're
Thank you. Grazie
thrilled
mille.
Thank
that
you,
you were
thank
able
you.
to come on. Yeah, thank you guys. And if you guys viewing, if you view later, if you have any questions, feel free to comment and I will respond to all questions as I see them. But guys, thank you so much. And we will be back next week, but at 1:30 instead of 11:30 Central. Okay?
Grazie mille, ci vediamo in
Ciao,
Italia. Grazie.
ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao a tutti. Ciao.